So I just have to mentally adjust. Because I've been playing with Rosa, of course, but I've been doing New Game Plus runs. I haven't done a standard run with her in a while, so I gotta remember not to, I mean, use lollipops, but use them strategically. New Game Plus, you just go ham. I mean, you will not run out of lollipops unless you're, like, blowing them through ridiculously fast for no reason.
The Legend of Aesir. A legend from the dawn of time. Nobody knows where the world came from. A struggle caused the trinity of realities to be split into three realms: light, darkness, and chaos. Obviously, our world was the one born from chaos. The three worlds all needed rulers, most of all ours. And the one that ruled the chaos became known as Aesir.
Have to dunk on somebody, slam and jam them. That's what it was. I was gonna have a... Gosh. What was it? Underground City DJ, I believe it is. I was gonna have them playing near, like, the end part. Come on and slam and welcome to the jam at the end of the game where you transform to the mech here, you just start slamming the ground.
And those visions became our world.
Quad City DJs, that's what it was. I had to stop and think. It's like, gosh, I haven't heard of them like 20 plus years, really? Outside of like the meme song that one of those hits became, where it fits into anything. You can mash it up in just about anything. It's crazy.
And entrusted each to humanity's instincts: the right eye of light and the left eye of darkness.
I can't remember what the song is called, the one you can mash up into everything, but someone, like, they did it with Evangelion, it was, like, amazingly beautiful.
By dividing the power of the eyes of Aesir, humans gained free will. They could now choose. With control of the eyes of the world, the eyes that determine destiny, humans could choose their own paths. They awoke to their own identities. Man is but a reed.
Okay, that was weird. He jumped at me while dizzy.
But now,
that I've not seen before.
And we took our first.
Rosa's the only one who can really get him dizzy. I've never managed to do it with Bayonetta or Jean.
The inheritors of the eyes of Aesir have been granted the power of creation.
Excuse me. Once again, I apologize for clearing my throat constantly. It's the end of the day, so my allergy medications wear off, and it's like, you know, like sniffly and snorty and slightly runny nose. It's like, it's not fun, but I know people who've had allergies far worse, so I will endure it. There we go. Couldn't get that great timing down. Yeah, so I had like Jean on the brain. I'm like, I'll do this. It doesn't quite work out that way. ideally you don't want to get a whole lot of witch time with Rosa, but... So it could have gone a lot smoother, but... Once again, I want to make sure I have money, but I don't have to buy earrings of ruin or anything, so I don't need a whole lot. So it can definitely be trimmed down, but I also still have Jean fresh in the brain. Hey, it's Hassan, what's up? Oh crap, did not mean to trigger that. Just completed a Jean run. Now I'm doing a Rosa run. A meme run, if you will. Pardon me. Need more of my natural NyQuil, aka Jägermeister. All the booze, none of the medicine found in NyQuil. And you're dead. Alright, we're more than good for money, so... On a serious Rosa run, I'd have to calculate how much I would really need to do, like, for the initial part. Because you really don't want to get a lot of witch time like I did. It's an outdated thinking. I have notes for this to get at least a 127, but I just haven't run this in over a year, this category. Of Rosa new game, where's Climax, or easy mode.
Darkness is the absence of light. Darkness triumphs.
I remember for Rosa too, like you don't want to visit the store a whole lot as well. Oh, come on, camera. Play nice. Sometimes it does that. You pull down the stick and the game's like, no! Let's show you everything! Yeah, so if I remember correctly, like, you, like on a Rosa run, you visit the store maybe like 3 times the entire run. You do it right, which I am not running off my notes for it, so I am not going to do it right. That's okay. Ooh, I was expecting to give me the crow there, so it was like, it threw me off a little bit. You can usually like get the crow like flying in the water for a little bit as a kind of a, I guess, mini glitch. Here he's a little bit farther. Skip the record because we don't need it. Gotta love those feathers. When they come out, I mean, there's also, it's really annoying. Sometimes you'll press and hold the kick button, and the feathers don't come out. I don't know what causes that. Sometimes you get lucky and they just pop out instantly. Sometimes you gotta, like, you'll be flying around, just like, please come out, I need you.
I can't get free. So, they're after you too then? Have you been naughty? Keeping secrets from Mummy?
Nope. Nothing comes to mind, love. Sorry. But since this is your bloody mess...
I gotta say, Rosa has better back posture than her daughter.
Now.
She's not missing a couple vertebrae in her spine.
No wonder your guardian angels are trying to
It still has to be uncomfortable to like turn your neck and try to talk like that with her back arched,
You've
but
already been following me, so let's make a deal.
it's way more
You
doable.
save me, I'll show you around this joint. Heading to Fimbulventa, aren't we? That makes two of us. And it'll take two of us, won't it, love?
I stand for the Umbra Witches. Over.
They were like, the feathers weren't coming out. There we go. Like I said, I don't know what causes it, but sometimes the game just eats your input for the feathers. And it's usually a pretty responsive game. I mean, you do get combo drops, so I know there is some kind of like, there is some kind of hiccup along the way.
Slow down, will ya?
This part also, they increase gravity, so it's harder to get the feathers off. For this part right here in a second. And that's the worst time to get witch time.
Not that bad, I guess.
Being a demon.
Oh, lame. Usually you can like get to him without like that hit going off. Give me back my magic. Thank you.
Little one. I've never seen a witch.
Save like I think maybe 2 seconds. Second half, maybe 2 seconds if you have the ability to trigger off your witch time there to get across through that tunnel. Just a little bit faster because you do move faster in the mech than you do just without it with the Panther Run or whatever you want to call it, Tiger Run.
I mean, no. I got nothing else to say, love.
Come on, game, stop it. It's like locking me in the wrong combos. Even after I did a weapon switch.
This is simply the benefit of training.
God damn it, game, what the hell? Yeah, this is really weird. It's for whatever reason, like even if you weapon switch, it's still trying to lock me into a different combo path than it should be doing. Oh, got the door punch that time at least.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Oh yeah, she is ridiculously overpowered, like 3 times the damage, but she also takes that much in return, so you gotta be really careful. Those feathers, I'll tell you. She is the proverbial glass cannon.
I think we're going in entirely different directions.
In this one, I try to keep the explosion off the screen to reduce lag. Now I've got to take the hits. Because I can. If you do this like on normal or hard and you take those hits, you probably won't survive past the third one. It's like... Especially on third, it was like... If this was like 3C, I would be... With that second hit, I'd be probably dead right now. I mean, you can still get one hit killed in easy mode or first climax mode, but it's usually around chapter 10 or so when the game starts doing that to you. Excuse me. I still want to get the magic for that, so I can have at least a full one going into the next part. Alright, let's see if we can do the quick kill on this. And it's dead. I can't remember if I bought a red hot shot. I'll have to take a look the next time I go to the store. It's pretty good to have just in case, especially with her. The feathers, come on. There we go, game. Thank you.
This is simply the benefit of training.
It's kind of funny, the fights last almost as, like, they're a little bit shorter, a little bit slower than the New Game Plus. As New Game Plus runs, you have your Climax 1 and 2 bracelets on. The second one makes your attacks stronger, your Climax stuff stronger. So that guy normally goes down in 2 hits. Like, you know, the final part where you have to uppercut him.
That performance might
That's
make
usually
you
2 in a
mad.
new game plus with Rosa, with the red lollipop, so kinda cool to see. I'm gonna skip the store and keep going. I said I don't have more up-to-date notes. Like, I do have notes for this, but as I mentioned earlier, I haven't done this run in like a year and a half. So I'm not really too confident with how my notes are formatted, like if I'll understand it, so those things I'll have to practice. Then get it down lower, unless somebody else does, which I don't really care. I'm just trying to get the leaderboards filled up. Oh, nowhere close, but I wanted to make sure I got that magic popped for the next part. Excuse me. Oh, come on. Game, why you trolling? Super troll, jeez. Oh well.
Nothing can contain me.
Oh crap, got the book.
This is it! The bridge to the heavens should be right above us.
Are you sure?
Not really.
Not really, huh? But you're right. This is it. Call it a woman's intuition.
Women's intuition. What kind of silly comic book shit is that? You still don't know a thing about me.
Let's just say I have plenty of experience with nothing coming to mind.
What?
I spent 500 years not knowing who I was.
Because I was dead. This doesn't really work out with my daughter's language and speech coming out of my dead body.
Nothing. I don't even know why I'm so damn sure I need to go to that mountain. But I know I have to. It's all I know. Does that make any sense?
No!
Come
Stupid.
now, little one. Can't let the girls know you've got a heart.
It's not like that.
If that's all you know, that's all the sense you need. Just believe. That's what I did.
Bayonetta.
Yep, and bad spawn patterns. This part trolls, so...
Darkness is the absence of light.
Shit! All the luck.
Nail it perfectly, get a 32. Get hit, get 32. It's like, just never know what's gonna work. Give me the feathers. Stop it. Jeez. As I said, the Wii U version will troll the hell out of you, but it's in full effect right now. I don't know what causes it, but you try, like, you'll hold down the kick button for your feathers and they don't come out sometimes. It's just like, nope. Sometimes you'll have to, like, you'll get on, like, the third or fourth press. It's insane. Other times it just comes right out. You'll have a super fast run because of it. So it's like an RNG aspect just for feathers. I did get a hot shot, okay. So I couldn't remember if I did or not. This part you have to be really careful because with Rosa you can damage it too fast in the first part. So I'm thinking too far ahead. I'm thinking like chapter 7, which is the next one. Yeah, so the next fight, that's where you can do too much damage from the first part and you'll have to get a punish. Like, it'll say punish. If you don't do it, the enemy stop, like the boss stops taking damage. So you have to do the punish and you just lose time like crazy. Don't know why that doesn't render right, but it doesn't impact gameplay, so not concerned. For me. Okay, there we go, we're good. Not sure if this carries over or not. We're gonna find out. Nope. A nice. Oh god, it is like super troll right now. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to work like that. It's like somehow he got knocked out or escaped out of the whole damage thing with the guns.
Darkness is the abs.
Try to keep up. Hey, wait! Slow down, will ya? Slow down, will ya? Slow down, will ya?
This is simply the benefit of
This way,
training.
Bayonetta. Try to keep up. It needs something to open it.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Probably didn't need to do that, but safety.
Hey, wait!
No need to hold back.
Try to keep up. Take care of this. Right.
Yeah, I'd play Dead or Alive, spin me around right here for a music choice.
Hey, wait!
Join me! Slow down. Your turn. This is simply the benefit of training. Never give up.
If it's not behaving, just kill it quick. I feel like what's throwing me off is like I remember like I didn't do Rosa runs. Mostly, I think they only did like New Game Plus Rosa runs on Wii U. But all the other runs were done on Switch, where I swear they had the programmers tweak the difficulty slightly.
That performance might make the back page of the class.
Because in the Switch version, you can just keep enemies locked in place with certain techniques, certain combo strings, and in the Wii U version, it just doesn't care. It'll pop out of them, even on super easy like I'm playing right now. Especially Baldur. Baldur is like so much... He is so much easier to defeat in the Switch versions, it's not funny. Even on like normal, you can keep him locked in place with like punch, kick, switch. With like Bayonetta or Jean, it's really simple to do. And then like on the Wii U version, he just jumps right out of it. You'll get like a couple hits and then he's done. It's like, that's cute. Done. Pops out, starts summoning attacks.
I stand unimpressed.
Not bad.
I was about to run down, get the hammer piece. I'm like, nope, don't need that. Leave it alone. Oh my god. Troll! Oh my god, the Wii U version, why you got a troll? What's up, Fico? Yeah, invisible world percent as in like... Yeah, I wonder if we can claim like the speedrun for like 3+ years now that we haven't seen anything on Bayonetta 3. So I was gonna stream yesterday and I forgot about the Game Awards. I'm like, oh, I'll stream tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the Game Awards. It's been 3 years and 2 days since they last showed Bayonetta 3, and the first time was on the Game Awards. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. They're gonna have it on there. It's gonna be amazing. Nope. No Bayonetta 3. Nintendo says, screw you. As if, you know, to date this speedrun, shutting down tournaments because they don't understand what rollback netcode is, or like, you know, Slippy, what it does. Stopped some other tournament too. So you're saying it doesn't run well on consoles or PC and crashes constantly and has graphic problems, but reviewers are gonna shill and give it a perfect score anyway, even though it's not? I can see that. I can absolutely see that.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
You play a 20-year-old game that you can't buy legally anymore and you refuse to put out into an eShop store that you can legally buy it and play it? Screw you, ban that tournament. No Smash Brothers for you. No Melee. Never mind the fact we don't understand what the internet is or anything else. I mean, literally, when developers came to Nintendo for the Wii U, they said, we want to do things like the Xbox 360, like Microsoft and Sony are doing for theirs. Nintendo finally said, stop telling us about it. We don't know what that is. We don't care. We don't know how the internet works. They literally told developers that. It's like, that's not surprising. I mean, when you read like why they shut down like the Melee tournament, it's like, oh, Slippy, that's like that's promoting piracy. It's like, well, no, not really. It's just a server running it so you can get rollback netcode for something that didn't implement it.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Yes, please buy all these games and the other stuff, and we'll still shut you down regardless. And then we're gonna pull horseshit like limited digital time exclusives. You like this game? I mean, there used to be like Mario Battle Royale, I think it was called, or something like along that lines. They shut that down because they're like, we're doing our own version, Mario 35, and people are like, okay, that's understandable. Like AM2R got shut down. We're like, what the hell? And then it came out that like, oh, they were releasing, you know, Metroid 2 redone. That makes sense. I can see why you wouldn't want a fan thing competing with it. Whatever. But like to do this, it's like, and I have nothing. Like, okay, we're gonna put out our own game that's not anywhere near as good as yours, and then we're gonna have it on time. Like, we're gonna have it digitally like exclusive for only a month. That's nonsense. You know, we're gonna pull it forever from our digital sales and physical sales on March 31st. It's like Nintendo just like they're a company, and I have no idea how they stay in business. It's got to be like all the sycophants. Like if you ever see Milo on YouTube, he's like this kind of Cookie Monster knockoff wannabe Muppet person. He used to have really good game reviews and good thoughts about different things. I really enjoyed his content, and they became like a Nintendo fanboy. You know, Milo's videos would be like, oh, well, it turns out that they found out that the Nintendo Switch cartridges are causing cancer and killing children. But, I mean, to be honest, those kids really deserved it. They are shits, you know? It's like, they need to not get mad at Nintendo for dying. They need to thank them for being killed. It's like, dude, stop. It's like, no. There are limits to your fandom, to your fanboyism. Pull your head out of your Muppet butt. Start thinking.
Go easy on you guys. So let's have some fun.
Thank you, we're done. Come on, Rodon. Do it, buddy. A little slow. Usually he stomps on that last one, so it was like, oh well. But yeah, Nintendo is like extremely, I mean, duh, it's a Japanese company, but it's like the Japanese way of business is, we've done it this way, this is the way we've always done it, we're not going to change, which is why it's a land of contradictions. They have amazing technology before we do, usually about 2 or 3 years before we'll get it here. But then they still do things like, they use fax machines. They refuse to, I mean, email is pretty much an unheard concept in Japan. No one emails. Businesses do not email. Records are not kept in computers. They are done by hand. Working with computers in Japan is extremely rare. It's usually all handwritten down in logs and paper files and everything. It's like they've moved forward in certain aspects and then backwards and stayed the same in the other.
Hey,
I ran into that, like, exactly like when I was externing. So we had an office in Osaka, or the company I was externing for had an office in Osaka. And, like, hey, you know Japanese, can you talk to them? I'm like, sure. And it was like, I was like, I'll send it over, you know, send it over to you. And they're like, please use mail. I was like, what? I mean, it was like, we could just, like, send, like, gosh, I can't remember what it was like. It was some kind of, like, file that they needed from, like, one of the developers who was working there. And the printer we had, printer copier, could actually, like, form stuff into PDF files, and they're like, we need you to actually physically mail it to us to Japan. I'm like, why? And that's why I learned, like, they still weren't really using email. They weren't using PDF files, they weren't using Adobe, you know? It's like, oh my god. As I swig some Jägermeister, aka natural NyQuil. All the booze, the same flavor, none of the medicine.
Darkness triumphs.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's like, I've encountered that before. You know, I encountered that over there. I've also encountered it in a place called New Hampshire, where I used to live years ago. It was the same thing, like, you come in there, like, with an idea, and the people there are like, but that's not how we do it. It's like, we've always done it this way. I'm like, well, you can do it this way and do it better. They're like, but we've always done it this way. It's like, they refuse to do anything better. If you could show them how to do a job faster, or less pain, or just anything, they refuse to do it, because they're like, that's not how we've always done it. We've always done it this way. I was like, wow, I've come across this mentality before, in flashbacks. One foot in the future, the other foot stuck back in the 70s. It's also like the thinking is like also too, like back during their economic miracle days, like where they had like the huge bubble where their economy took off like during the 80s. And they still had that kind of mindset, like maybe if we stick with what we did then, we can get back to those days. It's like, no, those are gone. You need to move forward, but they just don't, you know? It's kind of nice to see, like, some Japanese companies are starting to finally get it. Like, Arc System Works seems to be getting it so far. Like, the new Guilty Gear game. They're actually going to be using rollback netcode after, like, the West has bitched about it for so long. Because they're like, no, it's not a problem. I mean, we tested it, you know, here in Japan where we don't have lag and don't even know what the hell that means unless we're, like, playing, you know, somebody outside in Korea, maybe. You know, it's like... Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing, Pico. Exactly. Like, we have robots that can cure cancer, but we don't use computers. But, you know, like, Guilty Gear, it's like, they're like, we don't know how to... Like, you can't make... Yeah, I think it was Harada said something stupid like, there's not a way you can make, you know, reduce latency for online playing for video games, and everyone's like, dude, rollback netcode. It's been a thing for like, wow, I'm about to get creamed. It's been a thing since 2006. It's like this problem has been solved. So, Arc System Works seems to have finally gotten the clue. They're supposedly implementing it into Guilty Gear Strive. So, Capcom seem to have got it, because they did a version of it, the Kagemusha, or what do they call it, engine for Street Fighter V, where it's basically they took it and said, we're going to make it our own thing, because we can't accept outside help. It's another thing, too. You can't take outsider help or different culture, because that perceives yourself as weakness. You're weak in that aspect. You didn't think about yourself. That brings you shame. That's the thinking of it behind it. So Capcom's like, okay, cool, we're gonna take this rollback netcode you gave us, GGPO, and we're going to make it our own way. We're gonna make it better, so it's Japanese and everything, and it fucked the game. You know, it's like, oh my god, stop it, just do what we're doing. Even the people who made GGPO or like, you know, the rollback netcode invented it, they're like, we will come help you. And they've done that before. It's like, it's free to use. There's no license behind it. They offer those services, you know, to say, hey, we'll help you like implement this into your game to make sure it works right. And Capcom's like, nope. Rosa's helping. Where's the last one?
Nothing can contain me.
Please die. There we go. Yeah, it's too hard. It's too hard to use rollback. It's impossible. And that's when they're like, the guy who made GGPO, the two guys are like, we will help you with this. And they do. I mean, they are known for going around and helping get stuff implemented.
Simply the benefit of training.
But it's like, you don't have excuses anymore. And they kind of realized, wait a minute, the West is our biggest market, which, you know, the rest of the world is. So, like, video games are not selling too well in Japan. This is not like a big secret. And like Europe and America are their biggest audiences and biggest purchasers, so they kind of realized, oh, you know, people aren't really buying our game and playing them long term. Maybe we should listen to what they're saying and telling us. We can keep more of that market, and they finally started to realize it. So I have hopes for Guilty Gear Strive. I really do. I'm starting to get into the Guilty Gear games, so I'm like really hoping they get that right. Rosa, what are you doing, dumbass? Jesus. Knocked him all the way over there. Yeah, even like Harada's like, we have rollback netcode. We're using it in our stuff. It's like, no, you're not. They are not using it.
Darkness is the absence of light.
The whole thing about Tekken 7 having better netcode, complete and total placebo. They didn't change crap. But everybody's online and playing it right now, so you have more better connections, you have more local stuff. It's that way it seems like it, so...
Nothing can contain me.
And you hear that argument too, people are like, well, I played the game at launch and it was great. It's like, well, yeah, because you had a whole bunch of people to pick from. You know, you try that now after, like, the gameplay sucks for so long and it's not good. It's like Guilty Gear XX Accent Core, whatever they call it, you know, just got GGPO added into it, and all of a sudden people are playing it like crazy, and they're like, Like, wow, this is impressive. It's like, yeah, it's what he's supposed to do. There's some guy like in Japan who's been playing that game all along. And he just like he made a comment like he was shocked. Like he was like, "Wait a minute, I was playing against like, somebody in America, and it felt like they're playing right next to me." It's like this is amazing. So it's like even the Japanese starting to go, "Oh, wait a minute, Around Eyes have an idea. The Gaijin are onto something." So we can only hope that trend continues, though. It's like, please. Yes. Harakiri. Seppuku. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna skip the store. Not sure what I have, but I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna let it rock. For me. Yeah, Nintendo and infrastructure, of course. Yeah, people are shocked when I tell these things, and they don't believe me at first, but then after a time, they're kind of like, "Oh crap, he's right. Orsel's right." It's like the reason why. I mean, like I've talked about this before, is that Platinum and Nintendo pulled. Where are you going, Rosa? They pulled a square, which is where 2015 Square releases a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Everyone goes apeshit. They're like, yes, finally it's happening. And the problem was that they were still working on Kingdom Hearts 3. They were still, I think they were still working on Final Fantasy 15 as well. So they didn't start working on that game until like 2018. Another 3 years. And just kept everybody in the dark. And that's exactly what Platinum has done with Bayonetta 3. They put out a teaser trailer saying we're going to be making this game. And it's going to be great. And then Nintendo said, hey, put all your money and your time and your resources into Astral Chain. We want this to be a thing right now. So that's exactly what happened, which is why we have Astral Chain, because literally it was all hands on deck for Platinum for that game to get it out the door. Nintendo said, here's more money, go. Get this done. So now that got done, then they're supposedly, then they were starting to finally work on the game.
Nothing can contain me.
So, development for, Bayonetta 3 probably didn't... Whoa, what the hell is with the camera here? That was bizarre. Bayonetta 3 has not started development until, probably, last year, maybe. And these games historically take about 3 years to make. 2.5 to 3 years, based on Bayonetta 2's timeline development. Past history for the series, so... Like I said, I'm still thinking, the soonest, if we're lucky at this point, will be like Christmas next year, 2021, if we're lucky. I'm thinking at this point it may even miss the Switch entirely. I would not be surprised if Nintendo like skips the Switch. If they have, because you know they have something else cooking up. You know, system's been out for 3 years now, I think. The Switch. So if it does come out, it may be like Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you have it multi-console, where you have it on the last console and the new one. And it's going to look like almost the same. That's why people are like, oh, the Switch version of Breath of the Wild is better. I'm like, it runs exactly the same as the Wii U version. Digital Foundry confirmed that. They ran their tests. They're like, the only thing that's different is like when the game decides to load in certain textures and shader caches, and that's just random. But other than that, the games play identical and look identical, the same resolution. So it doesn't matter if you play it on the Wii U or if you play it on the Switch, you get the same experience. So if you can emulate things like I might be doing right now playing this game, which I am, you might be able to play it that way. And perhaps you might be able to turn off weapons breaking so you can actually have a fun time with the game. Just saying, that's all, you know? I'm just thinking out loud, that's all. Where are you at, dude? Oh my god, it's delayed the other Grace and Glory from showing up. There you are. It's like, Jesus. Really? Game's like, we're gonna do damage here. We don't care. We know you're speed running. We know that's going on. Shenanigans. We have increased gravity right here. Whoa, where did I go? Yeah, it's the Wii U version. It's trolly. There we go. Not too smooth, but we got it done.
This is simply the benefit of training.
It didn't give me witch time. Weird. It slowed down like it was supposed to, and then it's like, nah. You don't need witch time. You're doing good enough already. We believe in you.
And now, if you'll excuse me, my dear.
Nothing can contain me.
Oh, I haven't done that in a while. Forgot about that. I was thinking like, oh yeah, it's the end of the level. Nope. Not quite.
Darkness is the absence of light.
Alright, last level. I used to playing this, not in New Game Plus. It's like, shouldn't I have like the super large blades? Nope, not here. Oh crap. Oh Jesus. This is going bad. Not used to this. Out of practice. Come on, game. Well, I triggered witch time is like, we don't know what to do. We're kind of confused. You activate like witch time, and the game like it just starts dropping all your inputs like crazy. Bizarre. I'll definitely be losing time on this. That ain't even questionable. Like, I wonder if I lost time. Yeah, I lost a lot of time. Not used to this. Dude, can we hit anything, please? Please stop dropping inputs. This would be great. funny, she calls me Fox still. Like, it's like, so it still has the coding in the game that we're wearing the Star Fox outfit for that part with Rosa. I've never really noticed that until right now. It's like, wait a minute, what? That's usually what Jean will say at the end of the Star Fox section when you have the Star Fox costume on. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of crafting on this one. Alright, this equip up to here. It's fine. We're going to use this. We're going to use you. Let's rock. Alright, so I take a guess to like maybe 122? We'll see, you know, like 126, 127 maybe? If it's below 1127, that's faster than I did on the Switch, but this version, emulated version, loads faster, so it's a given that you're going to be faster on this, you know, even if you don't play that great. If I was on playing on an actual Switch, this would probably be like a 130 or 132, I'd probably bet. Like, Rodon's shop loads in, I think, like, 1.5 to 2 seconds on emulation, and on the actual Switch itself it takes between 5.5 to 6 seconds if you're installed onto the internal Switch memory. So all the different times you visit the shop and load up, it adds up over the course of a run into minutes. I think there's something like a total of like 48 loads. Like, you know, we're able to do like loading up a level, or going into Rodon's shop, and then going into your inventory screen, things like that. I think on average runs around 47 to 48.
This is simply the benefit of training. Let's dance, boys.
Alright, let's get this ready to end. Yeah, so I'm looking at like probably a 27, I'm gonna guess. 127. Low end. And then I'll be wrapping up the stream, because I've been playing for almost 4 hours, damn. Did a Jean run first, and then I did a Rosa run right now, so basically just adding more runs to the leaderboard. So hopefully we get people, because we had some interest, some people show up into the Discord inquiring about, like, hey, can we run on this? I'm like, yeah, you can run an emulation now on CEMU. I made the whole thread about it, you know, on the site and so forth. Go for it. So I'm hoping they come back and do some runs. I'd love to have more people on there. I'm just trying to make sure that the boards are not empty. Infinite Climax will probably mostly stay empty, but I want to have something there across the board. Placeholders, somebody else can beat it, come along, that's fine, I don't really care. I just want to have runs on there. So now we gotta decide what I'm gonna stream next time. Let's see, so streaming today on Friday, so it looks like Sunday the 13th. Unless something comes up, keep an eye on my Twitter, which I'll go through my whole closing spiel like I do every single stream. But I'm thinking probably go back and keep playing some more Ninja Gaiden. I got my capture card fixed, the new Cloner Alliance card, so that way I can actually play off OBS's screen without lag. It's awesome. I actually need to notify Cloner Alliance, like, hey, this YouTuber I found who's got like under 1,000 views, it's like, he found a solution to your problem, here it is, post this on your website. Because Cloner Alliance, it's kind of like a mixed bag. So far it seems super reliable, it works, but it's not user friendly. Like, you need to go in and configure this yourself, find out what's the best way to get the best quality out of it. It maxes out at like 18 megabits per second for quality, which is kind of low. The Elgato, I think you could pump to 40. But I usually stream 720p anyway, so I'm not too upset about that. You gotta pick like the different renderers and so forth to get the quality out of it, and then audio would be delayed too, so. Oh my god, stop! It's like, it wouldn't let me pop my Umbra Climax! Good god. Okay, so it was like 126.27. So bizarre, I'm jamming on the button, and it's like, you left bumper, it's like, nope, 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 nope. Oh well.